Good day, welcome to Endurance Room. Hope everybody's doing good. Today we're taking a look at a backpack from Russian Cold Camo. This is the Russian military's latest generation of their raid backpack. This is their large carrying system. It's about 80 liters and it's got the eloquent name of 6SH118. I was out yesterday doing some trekking with my snowshoes. I did about 4 or 5 miles and it carries fantastic. It sits nice and close to the body, yet there's good ventilation due to the way that the padding is structured. There's great padded shoulder straps. There's an adjustable sternum strap, a nice thick hip belt. I think it's fantastic, just like everything else I've gotten from Russian Cold Camo. It's amazing. So let me find a spot and we can pop it off and take a look at it. The main body of the pack in the top lid is about 60 liters. And then you've got an additional 20 liters on the sides. So 10 liters, 5 and 5. There is a separate sleeping bag container at the bottom. It's able to be accessed to through a double-ended zipper. And there's also a hidden internal pocket. If you had something that didn't exactly fit into the bag itself, you could fit it in here and lash it on with some straps on the MOLLE. Similarly, there's also space in between the pockets on the sides and the body of the pack. So if you wanted to stash, say, an axe or a folding buck saw, you could fit that down through the pocket and secure it with the pocket on the side so it's not going to drop out the bottom. Those pockets are on both sides of the bag. The shoulder straps are nice and heavy duty, very well padded. There's D-rings, a sternum strap, an adjuster. And a really cool feature on this bag is throughout the pack, wherever there's webbing for the straps, you're able to roll up the unused portion and Velcro it down to keep the bag nice and clean. Here it is on the shoulder strap, on the hip belt. You're able to customize the bag to your height. There's webbing sewn into the back of the pack, and then you can just move the shoulder straps according to your frame. So you can make this sit very, very comfortably. It carries extremely well. You can tell from how thick the padding is that this is going to sit out away from your body and give you good ventilation so you're not sweating. It's got a nice thick kidney belt, adjustment on both sides. The internal frame, there's a plastic sleeve inside of the pack and then aluminum inserts that make an X across the back and then extend out of the pack, sitting into the hip belt. It's a brilliant design that distributes the weight from the top of the bag down to your hips, putting the load on your legs. It's fantastic. So even though I've got about 50 pounds in it today, and I'm out here on the snow rucking around, I feel like I'm wearing my day bag. So let's take a look at how I have the bag packed out. It's the next day and I've got it loaded up for a basic overnighter. I'm gonna set up a quick camp and then we can take a look at the bag and see how I have it loaded out and how all that space can be utilized. So worth noting, it's a bigger pack, heavier loads. You've got 2 grab handles on it. One at the back between the shoulder straps and then an additional one right on the front so you can get a good purchase on the pack. Right at the top of my pack, I've got a shelter option with my Ratnik shelter. The side pouch, I've got my axe down in the sleeve. So I've got a good sized cutting tool for out here in the winter weather. On the long side pouch, I've got another shelter option with my AquaQuest Defender tarp. I'm going to use this today and set up a quick Adirondack shelter, and then we can look at the rest of the pack and how everything's laid out. All right, so here's a quick camp setup. This is an Adirondack style tarp shelter using an AquaQuest Defender tarp. It's like a 3x3, 10x10 style square tarp. Ratnik shelter is my ground sheet, and then I'll have a fire right out front. Something to sleep under, something to sleep on. Let's check out the rest of the pack. The lid of the bag is awesome. It's got a nice storage compartment at the top. It's probably an additional 10 liters, making this pack probably about 90 liters. There's room for a bedroll at the top. You can lash it down on the molly, and inside you can have your go-to items. So today I've just got, my cordage, my bungee strap, my silky saw. Underneath the lid, there's an extra pocket accessed by a zipper. There's also this elastic side material that gives you room for storage underneath. So today I had my Ratnik shelter stored underneath the lid. It fits in there perfectly. The other day when I was moving around and it got too warm for my Gorka, I had my Gorka rolled up and it fit underneath the lid. So there's a ton of storage right there at the top of the bag. I had to take a fire break. It got so cold my phone just shut off and I had like 80% battery. We're over halfway through March and it's that cold. So if you want to stash something a little bit bulkier, you could extend the lid up off the pack and still secure it down, or remove the lid altogether and just run it with the cinch straps. There's two cinch straps. There's one for the main body of the pack and then an internal sleeve, which offers quite a bit more room. So you can really overload this bag if you wanted to. My shelter was on the left side of the bag, and on the right side in the two smaller pockets in the top compartment. This is an East German grenade pouch. I've got my headlamp, my ferro rod, my compass, my necessary items for the woods. So I have this right at the top of the bag, easily accessible. I've also got a tin. I have 3 or 4 bird's nests of natural tinder, just dried bark in here. In the lower pocket, I've got my water bottle, my canteen cup, and my lid. So that's everything on the outside of the pack. On the inside of the bag, right at the top, I've got some extra clothing with my Gorka jacket, my German Felduken, cotton bandana. It's almost time for black bears to start roaming around, so I've got my bear bag, Tom Brown tracker, big chopper, climate sleeping pad, an insulated sleeping pad. It's an old Alice mag pouch with some Surefire, a spoon knife, my sewing repair kit, and an extra flashlight. Plastic drop sheet for building super shelters, a pillow for comfort. And to access the sleeping bag at the bottom of the pack, release the Fastex buckles. And I've got a 0-degree bag packed in the bottom. Everything unloaded. Honestly, not too different than the EDC bag. And there you have it, guys. The Raid Backpack Gen 2 from Russian Cold Camo. I think it's totally awesome. It carries everything I need for a winter overnight to a multi-day trip. It's very flexible in that you're able to remove those side pouches and the lid to lighten it up for the warmer months when you don't need the bulky sleeping bags and extra clothing. And it's built like a tank. It's going to last for years, and the fact that it carries so well, it makes it an absolute winner in my book. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like the pack, check it out. Russian Cold Camo. Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.